Future culture. 'Future culture'.
18 months later, the COVID-19 pandemic continues to ravage through our lives and livelihoods. The insecurities caused to the economy have made it very difficult for many sectors to keep afloat. One such is the arts and creative industry, especially the music sector. Since the pandemic started, a lot of artists have not had the opportunity to be on stages performing, making not only their bread and butter, but also significant contributions to the country's economy. In Botswana, this sector contributes just over 5% to the country's gross domestic product. In light of ongoing events of the pandemic, this contribution was not realized, as activities within this industry, such as music festivals, parties and others like them, were indefinitely banned. This means that those depending solely on proceeds from these activities have lost their incomes. In the last few months, there have been protests by some artists decrying these bans, as they have had dire strains on their lives. In recognition of a need for support to the creatives, some organizations partnered with other private companies to offer monetary incentives during these trying times. Amongst these is the First National Bank of Botswana, who partnered with Yama'S FM by sponsoring the 7th Annual Yama'S FM Music Awards, or Yama'S for short, that happened on the 25th of September. The bank offered support to the tune of $500,000. We're joined here by retail manager at the bank, Yama'S, to speak in detail about this partnership.
I think it's important to highlight that the creative arts industry in Botswana is one such industry that can contribute to employment creation as well as economic output. So as a bank, we saw it fit to really invest in this industry because we see a lot of potential, more so in the youth. Just to say, for example, with the Yama'S FM Music Awards, the bank is investing up to $500,000. And we know that the creative arts is quite diverse. This money is not only going to go to the artists who are going to win various prizes in the different categories, but it's also going to go to the stage producers, the makeup artists, and just the production itself. So we're trying to touch as many hands as possible in an effort to ensure that after the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic that we're still realizing, we can still give value and ensure sustainability long after the pandemic has passed.
So moving forward, how do you see this partnership with Yama'S FM evolving?
I think, like I previously highlighted, we see this industry as one such industry that it can contribute to economic output and employment creation. I think it's an open secret that there has been some minimal investment in the creative arts, and we see it as one such that can contribute to large economic output. Not only that, we understand that artistry or creativity is a skill that needs to be nurtured, and as the #1 bank in Botswana, it's important for us to show not only our customers but Botswana as a whole that we do want and we wish to support this industry by putting money into it, ensure that the skills are developed, it grows, and it can lead to not only more jobs but to increased economic activity.
We're also here with the 7th Annual Yama'S FM Music Awards producer, Mutisi, who speaks on how the funds were allocated.
It's exciting to have F&B a part of the Yama'S once again in its 7th installment. I remember in 2014 when we made the announcement in the month of August that the Yama'S are coming, there was plenty of excitement, and that excitement has been carried right through this year. In particular, F&B has sponsored us with 500,000 pula, and the plan is to do what we typically do, which is 80% towards the production of the awards and 20% directly into the pockets of the artists.
So what informed that allocation strategy?
Obviously, the COVID-19 pandemic, we're all walking on uncharted waters. Nobody knows what's coming up, and with the creative arts industry in particular has been shut down since April last year. We're looking at over 18 months of inactivity and the industry being bottlenecked. So the prize money is quite exciting. For example, the People's Choice Artist of the Year category walking away with 60,000 pula. With F&B giving the biggest contribution there, 35,000 pula. We had a private donor who then even upped the stakes when they heard how high we could go, how exciting it is this year, to put in 15,000, and then the Ministry of Youth Empowerment, Sport and Culture Development doing 10,000 under that category. So that's just an example to show you how through our sponsors we're able to keep the artists going and keep them creating. But also the allocation is based on the fact that over 200 creatives get to benefit from the Yama'S. So all in all, we allocated based on the caterers, the television production team, the creative producers, the dancers, the artists that perform on the night, the team behind the Yama'S. So it's a whole value chain and a beneficiation process.
So the Yama'S are only an event that happen once a year. So in the time between, how is the station reaching out to more artists or more creatives, as you rightly put?
They're once off event or once a year, but so much planning and work goes into them. The team actually works all throughout the year to plan. In fact, we're already planning the next Yama'S slowly but surely. But what we do is, well, initially we increased our local music quota as Yarna FM to play 50% local music immediately when the first lockdown kicked in. So that's April last year. We've been playing 50% Botswana music. Also, we partnered with FNB through the Budira Hatijame Lentsulame initiative. We had a radio feature called The Lockdown Showdown, where we opened up our genre scope. So we were playing gospel, we were playing rumba, jazz, music genres that we don't typically play as a radio station, being an urban music station. But just to show that we wanted more royalty benefits going directly to Botswana musicians. We come up with all these creative initiatives just to ensure that our relationship stays strong, because Yarna FM pretty much is more music than anything. We play 70% music on the radio station. So the idea is that to keep our relationship with artists strong at all times. Well, I think moving forward, it can only get better. We are learning as we go, and we really hope to take it more to digital platforms and see what else we can do in that space, because that's the direction that the world is going, with the awards being virtual as well. I foresee us working with what FNB is doing. If it's the youth account, for example, if it's the mobile app, we tie whatever it is we're doing Yama'S wise and otherwise to actually doing that. For example, late last year we did what's called jam sessions in partnership with the Ministry of Youth, and that was exciting. That was, once again, artists and DJs performing virtually, and still getting some form of relief also from that. So I think I'd like to see more and more collaborations like that between Yarna FM and FNB.
In Africa, help is what we do. That is why we at FNB are relentlessly driven to provide real help to you, the passionate and courageous, the creators and the optimists. These are the entrepreneurs we support, the communities we uplift. It is because of you that real help is what we do. FNB, how can we help you?
This program was brought to you in association with First National Bank of Botswana.
FNB, how can we help you?